Here in Burma, or Myanmar as it's officially known now, Buddhism is a unifying force for 90% of the country's 51 million people. Behind this mystical temple complex is a country that until recently was run by a repressive military regime. They led the people into deep poverty and invested very little money into infrastructure, education, or healthcare. Today, the Pa'o people of Khun Village are in full traditional dress to welcome new friends and form a partnership. Shanta Foundation Executive Director Mike Karpfen and his wife Shanta co-founder Tricia Karpfen, both from Durango, Colorado, along with several of their local Myanmar staff, have come to officially begin a community development agreement with Pimicone.
Let me tell you how Mudita is working. We are working in 20 villages in this area, and we are helping village development in health, education, income generation, socio-economic, and also infrastructure. Example, we are building school. We already built 10 schools in this area. And water tanks, water systems. And also for the, we call economic development income generation program, we set up a business loan fund in every villages.
Are there people here who have borrowed money so far? Can you raise your hands?
The villagers are able to borrow money at much lower rates, and all of the interest the bank earns is used for community development.
We started the second loan fund with $850 from Mudita and $450 from the village. So the total we have in our fund now, after only 2.5 years, is $7,600. We now have money from the loan fund, and we can benefit from the fruit of the loan fund for a long time. We receive money from other charities, which is good. Their charity is good, but they didn't stay long. Not like Mudita. Mudita stays with us for years. Mudita's work is sustainable.
Time moves at a different pace here in the mountains of southern Shan State.
People live like they did 200-300 years ago in the United States. All hand tools, no running water, no electricity.
There's no conveniences. Everything's done by hand. The only transportation often is a bullock cart.
About 50% of the families are in the poor and poorest categories. That means their average earnings is about $300 to $500 for a family. And those are the ones that we really want to help. The woman's name is Mabum. We were sitting there while they were preparing their dinner, and I asked her what their diet was like.
Only 2 times a month they can eat meat or sometimes chicken or egg.
You cannot develop properly on just rice and mustard greens. The village had a 2-room bamboo schoolhouse when we arrived. They had 136 children in these 2 little rooms. So the first priority that the village chose as a group was they wanted help building a school. They would collect materials. They actually make their own brick. They would collect rock for the foundation, and we would pay for all the labor and some of the materials that they could not get locally.
By building a new school, that increases motivation. It's a beautiful building. There's classrooms, there's chalkboards, there's pictures on the walls, so the children are more motivated to keep going.
Khun Khae Village is a remote village up high in the mountains. They have not had a road to transport their supplies and their crops, or to bring in any materials for, building a house. It's all have been done by ox cart.
The neighborhood villages asked them, what are you doing with Mudita? And they said, we will do road. And they said, oh, we don't believe. Nobody can do road for them. They may be a liar.
They are contributing labor and money for materials, and we're contributing money, and they're going to have a 3-mile road that the whole village can travel by. Bayar Ngar Su. They said they wanted help with the water system. There's maybe 50, 60 men and women whacking away at the ground to dig a pretty deep trench. Throughout the day, they kept digging, and we showed them how to lay the pipe and how to glue the joints. And they brought water all the way from this spring to the tank.
Water is arrived to their village, so they are very happy and they like ceremony for the water.
We are very happy that you will now have clean, strong water that will come to all the homes in the village. We will do many good things together in your village.
It's time to make decision. Do you want to walk with Mudita and these values? If you agree to walk with Mudita, close your eye and raise your hands.